Very warm welcome. You have been here for 3 months,
Yeah.
and supported by the Sydney University.
hmm
And I would love to know, how was your overall experience of this time being here first?
Yeah, overall it's been great. Yeah. Um, there's something good that can come out of having lots of time and space to do whatever. It's not like I was kind of at it like every night, like, like the romantic vision might have it. It was things came up, I'd jump on it. But otherwise, yeah, it was good to just have that space to do the work. Yeah. But it's also a good spot to do it from as well. And Leipzig's kind of an easy city to live in, it seems. So if you can take like the problem of living away from an artist, then you've got the chance to do whatever you can do. Yeah.
What did you experience in Leipzig? Where did you go to? Concerts, exhibitions, everything? Is there a special scene you have been interested in?
I've been going to the lake quite a bit. I've been going to some parties with a friend. Been going to record shops, and then also been going to some football matches too in the south, not in Leipzig, but yeah, outside of town. So that's been good. Yeah, there seems like there's something to do all the time.
You had a lovely exhibition during the gallery tour, during the Rundgang. You made a performance, and how did the Rundgang feel to you?
It was an interesting experience, yeah, because it's not often that you have like hundreds of people walking through your room, and I think I might have could have made it more inviting for them, because some people like kind of would stand there and be like, is this someone's room? And then it kind of took maybe the people who were a bit more courageous to actually come in. And that was really cool. Yeah, it was a really interesting weekend. I was like on the phone on the Sunday to my mum and dad on the video. And I was like, look at what's happening outside my door right now. And I just like walked like 10 steps, and it's like all these people are just in the living room, It's like, it was funny. Yeah. But it was good. It was cool. It was cool to see the place light up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it changes quite tremendously for the Rundgang.
Yeah, yeah. Otherwise it's like quiet, yeah.
And it's a special situation too, because you live here and work here, and for one weekend, all of a sudden, your private place turns into public. So you totally blur the boundaries between living and being in public.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny. It's definitely interesting. But cool too. Yeah. It's nice to go to a party like 50 meters that way and be able to come home and still hear it, but that was all right. Yeah, short walk home. But it seems like that anyway, just being in the Spinnerei. It's like everything. Yeah, you could probably go weeks without even leaving the complex.
Yeah, well, you can't do that. Of course,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And after the Rundgang, you had an exhibition at Zwickau. How did this come along, and what were you working about?
So yeah, my friend Martin is running a gallery there with his friends. There, in the main street of Zwickau, there's not many shops that are open, and so they've got this initiative. They took over one of the shop fronts, turned it into a gallery, and yeah, so we just organised a show to happen there, and I put some prints in. And then I also did my performance, which was maybe the hardest show I've done as long as I can remember, because it was 12 of his friends, which are effectively like his family, and sitting down in a small room. And then I also got him to perform with me. So it was kind of like being the in-law, being welcome to a new family, and then being like, look, I'm sorry for what I'm dragging your son or daughter into here, like it was really awkward, but we got through it, and then they seemed to like it in the end. Yeah, but the expression wasn't really giving much away. Yeah,
and that was a very personal thing too.
Yeah,
personal engagement.
definitely intimate. Yeah. But no, it was cool. It was really good. My prints are still up. I'm going back in a couple of weeks to take the show down. So it was cool to have the chance to do something outside of Leipzig.
Well, for the Rundgang, you were showing this film about abandoned shops, this very famous street. Did you feel some similarities with Zwickau or even places here?
Yeah, Zwickau, having that kind of drop off in their economy and what have you, there's like definitely similarities there. And I also have the impulse to go out and take photos there. So many abandoned places. There's like right in the middle of town, there's this big abandoned old housing block from the GDR times. And then
empty,
yeah. And the architecture there is really interesting. Like they took down the city walls, and in the old town part, which, you know, most towns, it seems like kind of have a nice old square they can show the tourists or whatever. They just built public housing, like in this ring around like the oldest part of town. It's like, it's so interesting. So I'd like to go out there and maybe take some photos, similar to the way I was doing the Parramatta Road thing back home.
Did you feel this sort of break in history between the communist era and the Western era afterwards, after the fall of the wall? Could you feel that, or was that something which occurred to you in discussions or
big time discussions? It's not something that I can really like say that I can't speak of a place of feeling that because I wasn't there, but I can. But becoming friendly and having good chats with people about who've lived through that or their parents have, it's just so you can read about that in books at home and only gain so much insight, but when you're actually talking to people who've lived it, it's like I've learned so much. And I was thinking about this the other day in terms of localized knowledge. Like the questions that I get asked about Australia are like kind of hard to answer because not often you have to answer them because it's kind of like common knowledge in Australia, and same here as well. So I'm probably asking some questions which are like quite innocent, I suppose, but you wouldn't know unless you came, and it's especially somewhere like Zwickau, which has like it's a kind of a strong history in that sense.
But people are quite forgiving, I think. They like it when you start a conversation about them or us.
People like to, and I think it's nice that people like to speak in English too. Almost like they really like, you almost like you're not flirting, but it's almost like they're like having a crack at speaking English sort of thing. And you're like, okay, well, you're getting really excited about like this, you know. A couple of guys at a pub, it's funny.
Well, thank you so much, Jack. I hope you will come back.
I'd be very tempted to, for sure. I've made some good connections here, so I really like it as well. So I'll be back.